Dancing in the Moonlight by Thin Lizzy. We've got a simple riff that starts a song that's played on bass, but you can play it on guitar as well. 4 chords throughout the whole thing, and a wonderful, pretty advanced, but a wonderful guitar solo to learn, especially you guys that have learnt E minor pentatonic position 1, and you want to learn to do something with it. You want some example solos, literally E minor pentatonic shape 1. This is a perfect one to learn. Here's a quick blast of that to show you what's coming up. So the 4 chords that make up this song are E minor, D, C and G, but they are played as bar chords. If you wanted to do an acoustic, just strumming version, E minor, D, C and G would work absolutely fine. And all it is down, a mute or a relax, up, up. Down, mute, up, down, mute, up as a starting point. The first one should be really short as well, so it's not just a down strum, it is a little strum muted. A muted hit, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. To G, same if you're just using open chords as well. That would be a perfect thing to do. On the G, I'd encourage doing this way of playing a G, where we're muting string 5, string 6 ringing out with a thumb, 1, 2, 3 only, and we kind of do, which is a G to G sus 4. And for the stop sections, 1 and a 2 and a 3. You can do that little bit as well. The intro lead, or that bass part, which is doubled up on guitar a little bit in the song. If you're a big fan of playing things like Wish You Were Here, this uses the exact same set of notes. This is the G major pentatonic scale. The tab I'll link to in the description below this video on YouTube and at the top on my website. 5th string, open, 4th string, 2nd fret on the 4th string. Back down those set of notes, so. Back to kind of how it started. Then to the C note, 3rd fret of the A string, walk down the G major scale, because we have added that 4th note in there. So this is, in total, the first 6 notes of the G major scale. So once we get to that C note, play it a couple more times and walk down. Then the other part that I want to focus on in this tutorial is just that main solo. It's such a good example of E minor pentatonic stuff. It's got some advanced bits in there, but some very basic bits. Not least just the concepts of starting a solo with a bend of the 15th fret up to the pitch of an E note. That's all on the B string, all on string 2. Tab is linked to with this video. The lower of E minor pentatonic here. And of course E minor pentatonic is the same shape as G major pentatonic because the resolve's on G, I would think of this song in the key of G. You know, but it's very centric around E because the first chord of the song is that E minor. They're so interchangeable, but what you'll find is when we're on that E minor chord, we're often hitting E-centric notes, but when we finish on that G, we're finishing on a G note often. A lot of the lines finish on a G. Okay, so let me play that first bit again. Nice and simple, really. Use the tab and use that video. Second section, which goes over so it's the second time the chord progression repeats. All around E minor pentatonic, G major pentatonic. There's a little technique that a lot of you should know. Rather than using your little finger, use your third finger, where we go 14 to 14. There. And then it changes tact, which all good solos should do. I don't think any good solo just ever does one thing or one scale or one position. You gotta switch it at some point. We do these octave shapes. Let's learn it. The first finger first. Stick to the dots from 9th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret to 4. There is a slide there as well. Pick, 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 slide, pick, pick, pick. Do the octave of that at the same time by muting that string 2 with your first finger. String 3 rings out, string 2 is muted here. Little finger, of course, 3 frets over. So this is 9 and 12. And there's that muting technique. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And that's the whole first half of that solo. So let me recap up to there, because then we're going to get to a cycling lick, which is pretty fast. So let's make sure we got it up to here first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend down here. And then we get to this cycling lick. When we set up, when we bend up here, my first finger's already holding down 12th fret on the thinnest 2 strings. Then I'm going to pick and then flick off. And then hammer on 15th fret here on string 2. So bend up 14, a whole step, a whole tone. Hit the thinnest string, hammer on, flick off at 15th fret, hammer on. And that's a pattern of 3. 1, 2, 3. Just with hammer-ons and flick-offs. Hammer on, flick off, hammer on. And then it's another 3. 1, 2, 3. Pick, hammer on, flick off. And the hammer on and flick off pattern. 1, 2, 3. And this is something I work on a lot with you guys in my lead guitar courses. This pattern of... It's the same pattern in Live Forever as well, in the same position. So it's a really good one to learn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the whole thing. There's that pattern of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just start it again. Bend, but when it repeats, there's an extra pick here. So there's 2 elements there. There's the flick-offs pattern, being able to do that, having that in your skill set. Plenty of overdrive helps, but also the cycling nature of it. Some people aren't used to cycling licks that repeat or go in a cycle. They're really cool because once you get it, you can just keep doing it and keep doing it. It's always the big bit of a solo. It looks like a lot of effort, but it's actually just getting into a groove. It's absolutely about getting into the groove. Once that pattern's finished, I think once it's happened 3 times, we have this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So a pattern of 3 again. And that finishes that section. Again, moving outside of position 1 just briefly. Whole thing. 2, 3, 4. Use the tab, use that video, you'll get it. After then, a slide all the way from 2nd fret back to the position we were. Little melody that uses just one note, which is the 4th interval of a major scale, uses one note from the major scale. Open string, 17th fret bent up a whole tone. After that, so after the cycling bit, slide up. Whole second half of that solo. That's how to play Dancing in the Moonlight. Let me know how you get on with that in the comments below, or send me a message on my website, andyguitar.co.uk, and I'll give you some advice of perhaps how to move your guitar playing forward from here. Check out these other videos if you want to get watching something else straight away, and I hope to see you in another video. Take care. Bye for now.